All right, so today's video is all about the Simplify test. And what is the Simplify test, you're probably wondering? Well, you're getting ready to learn in just a second. All right, so today's Less Method video is all about the Simplify test. So one of the questions that I love to ask, and I'm not going to ask it today, but I will ask it in another video, is if you had to rebuild your business all over again from scratch, would you build it the exact same way? Right? So this is a question that's along the same lines. And the question in the Simplify test is, if you had to cut your workload in half tomorrow, what would you cut out? If you had to cut your workload in half tomorrow, what would you cut out? Now, I think this is a really great question because some of us just assume that all the work that we're doing, we have to do, right? There is no cutting anything out. All this has to be done. All the marketing, all the engagement, all of the social media, all of the materials that I have to create, all of the PowerPoints materials. But anyway, all of that stuff, everything has to be done. But the question is, does it? Or are we just doing it because we're telling ourselves that it has to be done rather than looking at ways to be able to simplify our businesses so that our businesses are working for us and with us instead of against us. And our businesses are actually leading us to the opportunity to live more meaningful lives versus just leading us to being more and more busy, right? Because as you grow, you get busier. As you grow your services, as you grow your client base, then more work comes with that. So if you had to cut your workload in half tomorrow, what would it look like? And I'm not talking about just theoretically. I want you to think about if somebody came to you and said, your life depends on this. Your life depends on this. The only way that you can live and be healthy is if tomorrow you go into your business and you cut your workload in half. What would you cut out? I want you to think about it that way. I want it to be that drastic because then and only then will you start thinking about the things that are most important in your business versus all of the things that you're doing. You'll start saying things like, well, I really like doing this course, but maybe that's not necessarily my core business, or maybe that's just something that I'm doing because I'm really good at it, but it isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I got to say this. I'm a perfect example of that. I am good at a lot of things. Again, if you don't toot your own horn, who will? But I am really good at a lot of things. I'm good at business consulting. I am good at teaching. I'm good at courses and all of this stuff, which I have dabbled in and done and created businesses around. I'm good at training. However, do I really want and need to be doing all of that? Probably not. I need to find something within all of the things that I'm doing that really brings me that joy, really brings me the feelings of being fulfilled and purposeful, but also serve the life that I'm trying to create and want to live with my husband, with my daughter, with my family, for myself, right? To have time to do the things that I want to do myself. And so I'm not asking you to do anything that I haven't done myself. As you know, I gave up my business that I had been working on for 20 years, like just gave it up and started something completely new that was more in alignment with what I probably should have been doing all along. But I want you to think about that. If you had to cut your workload in half tomorrow because your life depended on it, what would you get rid of? And I guarantee you, those things that you're thinking about getting rid of, you probably shouldn't be doing anyway. They're taking up your energy and they're creating a life that is not necessarily in alignment with the meaning that you're seeking. All right, so that's it for today's video. If you want to check out my workshop, it's $19, but you get I'm taking you through the whole process of reinventing your life, your business, your career. You're also going to get an extra masterclass with that as well. So it's 19 bucks and I got a couple of surprises in there for you, which I know that you'll love. But anyway, the link is below and I am Coach Kathy Wilson and I will see you in the next video.